Okay, here's a look at the upcoming forecast for the Florida East Coast and the Southeast U.S. This update effective around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 19th. And we've got a little trade wind flow setting up. It's just approaching the northern Bahamas now. It should start to filter in towards central Florida later today, possibly into northeast Florida, more likely by tomorrow. We haven't had a chance to focus on this region as of the last several days. We've had 92L Invest over in the Gulf of Mexico and the East Coast Surfing Championships going on at the moment. But we're going to focus back in on you guys here over the next day or so and showing the possibilities of some increasing surf conditions along the southeast U.S. coast. Looking at the satellite imagery, you can see the easterly trade wind pulse right in here, approaching the central Bahamas and rotating in out of the southeast towards the Florida coast. Guys, as far as anything developing tropical in nature and getting a swell from it, it's not looking good until probably the first week of September now, as nothing is moving off the West African coast that doesn't immediately get squashed by dry air and Saharan dust. We are now 9 days past the normal average date of seeing the first hurricane in the Atlantic Basin, and that date's August 10th, today being the 19th. So unless we get something to develop homegrown in nature, it doesn't look like we're going to see any other swell other than this little trade wind swell. There is a faint possibility of some small-scale background ERIN swell coming towards the end of the forecast period, but this little trade wind bump is all you're going to get at the moment. Now, we will point out that we do have a little cyclonic little swirl right here. It's trapped up in dry air, and there's no convection, but we're going to be watching this to see if this little swirl can hold together and get past the island of Hispaniola and up in here towards the Bahamas in the forecast period, but likely it's just going to dissipate. But that's what we're looking for. Our models show no development, but we're always looking for anything that might be able to create a positive situation of some increasing surf. Here's the latest wind wave forecast out of the Tropical Atlantic Forecast Branch, showing seas remaining in the 4 to 5 foot range just east of the central Bahamas and north of Hispaniola over the next 72 hours, 3 to 4 feet along the central Florida coast. After about 72 hours, we're going to see a decrease in energy and the small trade wind swell begin to taper off. For those of you that might be tuning in from the East Coast Surfing Championships, this also could sneak its way into Virginia Beach. You can see in this image, though, however, how the low pressure that moved off the coast on Sunday has now changed the swell direction out of the northeast or in the northeast, more of a southwest flow. There is a little wraparound coming in today from that low, and it sounds like surf conditions at the East Coast Surfing Championships pretty fun this morning as advertised in our forecast. Here's the 24-hour forecast for ex-tropical storm ERIN, and as you can see, seas still elevated in the 6 to 8 foot range. This is going to be the last bit of what swell she's going to produce. So the idea is the combined trade wind flow that we've already have, winds are forecast to go light north of Puerto Rico on up to Bermuda at 5 to 10 knots out of the east, and there's not much wind to interfere with the easterly swell that's being generated, increasing the chance that we could see some of that ERIN swell that was generated. That's it for now, guys. Be sure to stay tuned for the next update.